Hey everyone, welcome back to the second video in our two-part series. In the previous video I demonstrated what TMUX is capable of. Today I will walk you through the process of setting it up in Ubuntu. We'll cover everything from installing NerdPhone's Terminal app and shell to getting TMUX up and running. Additionally, we'll delve into TMUX configuration and explore some handy plugins. My name is Philip. Let's get started. We'll start with installing a font. You will ask, what's wrong with my existing font? The thing is, your current font most likely doesn't have built-in glyphs, icons, emojis, and other graphical elements that our terminal app will need. Let's get to work. First, we need to create a folder for our fonts. Then let's switch to that folder. We're going to grab a font from the Nerd Fonts collection. Those fonts are packed with the massive amount of icons and other graphical elements. With over 50 fonts, there's something for everyone's taste. I will go to the GitHub page and then the Releases tab. I will download JetBrains Mono, but you can choose whichever font you like. Let me copy the link of XZ archive and download it. Next, I will extract the fonts and remove the original file. Let's rebuild the font cache with fccache fv. Let's wrap up by listing our fonts and confirming whether the desired font is included. Alright, it's there. Next, we need to install a terminal. There are a few great options available. Alacrity, Kitty, Wisdom, all are GPU accelerated and highly customizable. You cannot go wrong with either of them. I will install Kitty as it's the easiest to set up. Let's do apt install, then create a folder where Kitty looks for the configuration file, go to that folder and download my very basic configuration file. Finally, let's start Kitty terminal. Alright, our terminal is running. If we look at the configuration file, we have the font family, font size, -1 assigned to mouse height weight, tells Kitty terminal to hide the mouse pointer immediately as you start typing. Hide window decorations hides the title bar. This will give us some extra space as we'll be switching windows with TMUX terminal multiplexer, so we don't need the title bar. Down below there's fantastic dark theme called Tokyo Night that you can find under this location. Our font and terminal are ready. Let me show you a few nice features of the Nerd fonts. First of all, ligatures. I will type an equal sign followed by a greater sign, or greater sign followed by equal sign, or exclamation mark followed by equal sign, or 3 equal signs in a row. Do you see how those combinations are rendered as single character? Another thing is icons. Our fonts now support multiple icons. Let's go to this page and copy the heart symbol. Kitty is a very powerful terminal that has tons of features. It's GPU accelerated. Do you see how fast it renders? It has built-in Windows management that can be used out of the box. I can press Ctrl-Shift-T for new tab, or Ctrl-Shift-Enter for new pane. If you don't require detaching from a session, then using Kitty can be sufficient just to get tabs or splitting working. Kitty also has extensions called kittens. One of them, iCut, is pretty nice. It allows you to display graphics in your terminal. I can even display the images from an URL. Next, we need a shell. There are few options available. We'll go with FISH, that stands for Friendly Interactive Shell. It's fast, has sane defaults and some nice features. To set it up, let's first add a repository, as the version that comes with Ubuntu is not the latest. Then let's install the fish shell and change the default shell to fish. Let me restart the terminal. Now I will disable this greeting and restart our terminal again. Let's also install Oh My Fish extensions. Now I can use various themes. I will install Agnoster. This is a very nice theme that uses so-called power line symbols that are built into the nerd fonts. Let me show you what power line symbols look like. I will change the directory to a Git repository. It tells me the directory I'm in, but also tells me the branch name. All in this very nice visual form. If I add a file, it will immediately tell me that there are untracked files and so on. We won't get into much detail about fish, but I will show you a few things worth mentioning. First of all, if you start typing, it will perform autosuggestion based on the history. You can then accept the autosuggestion with End or right arrow key. Tab will autocomplete current command. You can then move through the list with arrow keys. Some autocompletions are more advanced. For example, SSH, as it will scan your known host file. Or apt, that will show your commands. Up-down arrows will browse through the command history. Ctrl-R searches the history. Alt-W will print a quick help for a command. Alt-H will bring you to the command manual. Alt-S will prepend sudo to the current command. And Alt-L will do ls. Fish has tons of features. We've just scratched the surface. Finally, let's install TMUX, our terminal multiplexer. Let's also add the TMUX Plugin Manager that we'll use to add additional plugins. Let me download the TMUX configuration file that I use and rename the file to .tmux.conf. Now I will launch TMUX. Reload configuration with TMUX source and install plugins by entering command mode with Ctrl-A and then pressing Shift-I. Okay, our TMUX environment is ready. Let's quickly go through the configuration file. In order to get into the command mode in TMUX, you need to press Ctrl-B. Those three lines change the key to Ctrl-A. It's more convenient to press Ctrl-A than Ctrl-B. Then we rebind horizontal and vertical split with minus and pipe keys. We configure the F5 key to be our key that synchronizes panes. We map our arrow keys. S is Shift, M is Alt, and C is Control. Shift and arrow keys will create a new window or switch between windows. Alt and arrow key will move between panes. Ctrl Alt and arrow keys will resize panes. Here we enable mouse mode, so when we right-click it will show us the context menu. This section will cause TMUX not to display an activity in window message. Let's enable VI key bindings while we navigate the text buffers. Here we set the terminal type. Finally, we add TMUX Plugin Manager and Dracula plugin. Dracula plugin customize your bottom bar. In this line, you specify which Dracula features you'd like to be displayed. There are many to choose from. For example, at the moment, I wanted to display my battery status, Git branch name, weather, and current time. I want the weather to be shown in Celsius, and I don't want it to display location. I want time to be displayed in specific format, just day, month, and time. This option will tell Dracula to show tabs and plugins as power lines. Those are those nice looking arrows. Let's try different plugins. I will display battery, network ping, CPU usage, RAM usage, and time. Here you specify the target server of the network ping. Here you mention to display CPU as load average, not percentage. I will save the setup and reload the configuration with Ctrl A and Shift I. Let's use yet another Dracula plugin called SSH Session. I will save the setup and reload the configuration with Ctrl A and Shift I. Now, let's open a new window with Shift down arrow and SSH into a different server. Do you see that? SSH plugin shows the remote username and host. There are many more plugins to experiment with, like network connection, Kubernetes context, or Spotify playback. You just need to tune them to best fit your needs. TMUX for session management, windows, panes, and text buffers, Fish for command history and autocompletion, Kitty terminal for beautiful and quick rendering, Nerd font for glyphs and icons, all that to boost your productivity and streamline your workflow. Remember, your experience may vary, so don't be afraid to experiment with various options, plugins, fonts, color schemes, or your own key bindings. Sky is the limit.